Hi. Well, I've been asked to do a series of videos, and I said, okay, I'll do them. Now, it worries me very much with edible wild plants, but I've been asked to do a very in-depth series on the most common plants in my area. Now, I'm in Southwest Ohio, okay? So if you live in California, Arizona, or Maine or Florida, you will probably have some different plants that are more common than what I have. So the videos I'm going to show you are for my area. That's the best I can do. They are nationwide, most of them. There may be a few others. I'm not going to focus on anything like wild carrots or anything like that can be confused very easily. I'm going to stick with the very basics. That's what we're going with this time. We're going to do like 10 or 12 very basic, okay, for somebody just starting out, of the common edible plants. But we're going to go all year round. We're going to go from now through the summer, through the fall, and through the winter. We're going to get out there and we're going to dig up the plant. We're going to dig up the roots. We're going to get in the mud and the muck and show you these different things out there. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do close-ups. We're going to do leaf comparisons. We're going to do, getting right down and dirty with it. That's what we're going to do. I've even picked up one of those, my friend Green Dean suggested getting one of the 10 magnifying lens, and I did, so it will fit over the camera, and I've tried that and it works out wonderful. I've got a new glass whiteboard that was a gift from a professor friend of mine, and I've got some other goodies here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with the standard Peterson's Field Guide. Now it doesn't matter if you have what the cover looks like, okay? They line up pretty much the same. The older ones, the newer ones, they all line up the same. We're also going to check into the medicinal guide on some of these plants. And we will be using, I cross-reference, even Peterson, I cross-reference with other books that I have. And I have more books than that, but that's just what I show. And the internet. Now, don't just jump on the internet and cross-reference everything. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there is misleading information and there is inaccurate information, and sometimes they put up the wrong picture. Okay? So the more cross-referencing you do on edible plants, okay, the better it will be for you. If, this is the big if, now listen, and this is especially for the younger people, if you do not know 100% what that plant is, and I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to investigate it. Maybe I got something wrong. You never know. If you are not 100% sure about that plant, you better not eat it. Okay? Because there are lookalikes out there for a lot of plants. There's even plants that look kind of like a dandelion, but they're not. Okay? And so we're going to stick with, starting off, the very basic plants, okay? We're going to do dandelions and cattails and all that stuff revisited. We're going to do that. But I want to be able to have you go out and find these plants. If you go along with the series with me, we're going to go out, and you're going to go out and find the plants. I'm going to go out and find the plants, and we're going to look at them all year round. So that when you go out there and you scrape the snow away, you know where the plant is. If you go out there and scrape the snow away and you're hungry, and you go out in the woods and you're tromping around and you see a bare area, you might be able to recognize the plant in the wintertime. A lot of us just can see the plants when they're in bloom, or when they're at their greenest, or when they're ripe. We don't see the plants different times during the year when they're still edible. So that's what we're going to focus on in this series. I hope it's something that interests you. Please let me know your comments and thoughts on that. I've been asked to do this. Also, my good friend Tom, 16204, asked me to do this for all year round. He's the one who suggested the all 4 seasons job, so I want to thank you very much, Tom, Green Dean, I want to thank you for the suggestions in my area, the reference books that you suggested I get, and the idea of using the little 10 by magnifying glass. I want to thank you, sir, for that. Hillbillies in the Bush. He pointed out a good thing last night while I was talking to him on Skype. He said, you know, Rich, he said, just because they're edible doesn't mean they taste good. And I said, you're absolutely right. And he hit a big nail there. It may keep you alive, but it may not be the greatest food you've ever eaten. Trust me, if you're hungry and you're starving, at least it'll keep you alive, okay? So we're going to go through those things, and we're going to collect, and we're going to dig down in the roots, and we're going to be outside. We're going to get dirty, and I want to know what you all think about this. And I'll take some ideas if you want to put some down there, but very, very basic plants this time around. Very easy to identify plants. Okay, so we're not going to go with something like Queen Anne's lace. We're not going to go with something wild carrots. You know, we're not going to do that. Okay, we're going to stick with the real basic stuff for everybody starting out. So hopefully you guys can use this in your classrooms or whatever else you have out there and all that stuff. And if you have any questions or comments to me, you can reach me at richtheridgehunter@yahoo.com. You can reach me here, and you can reach me. Facebook's kind of going by the wayside, but I still have a Facebook account, Rich the Ridge Hunter. And you can reach me at Rich the Ridge Hunter on Skype. So I check those every day, and I'd like to hear your comments and what you all think about this. Just a series I'm going to work on. We'll see how it goes. I thank you for watching. I thank you for your support, and I'll get with you on the next time. And hopefully we'll be outside. Okay, I tried to film this earlier outside, but the wind was so bad you couldn't hear me. All right, I'll catch you later.